Okay, and hello everyone. This is just a video to cover the questions that we looked at in class regarding Joseph Ellis's The American Sphinx. I did want to say that the labels you'll see, intro, section 1, section 2, and so forth, are things that I had added to the text that I distributed in class. So if you're following along in your own copy of the book, you will not see. I had students look at the introduction and try to talk about the tone and then make a prediction as to how the author would present Thomas Jefferson. And I wanted to say that, first of all, this is a book about Jefferson and specifically about his character. So we kind of have an idea that it's going to be pro-Jefferson in that regard. A lot of folks also consider this a popular history, a history book for the masses. And I think that what they mean by that is that it's written in a way that can captivate the reader. And a lot of times people talk about popular histories as not having notations, footnotes, and so forth. And Joseph Ellis has an extensive list of endnotes, so you can see where his conclusions are coming from. So I think it's not really fair to call this a popular history. But still, some would say that it's not as bland or objective as other more authentic or purely academic histories. So take that for what it's worth. I think the advice to really pull from that is that you just shouldn't be completely and blindly persuaded by this. And that goes for any history, not just this one. But take it for what it says and think critically about it and then draw your own conclusions. Okay, so section 1 is about Jefferson's procession down Pennsylvania Avenue, and Ellis suggests that Jefferson is using the strengthening of the government by the first two administrations as a sort of political fire. He labels them as Anglomen and monarchists and is blaming the Federalists for corrupting the pure Republican ideals. So Jefferson's election, therefore, in 1800 is restorative as opposed to revolutionary. Maybe the phrase revolutionary was used as a reference to the revolutionary generation. Ellis, however, does discuss that Jefferson's parade was intentionally designed, as in theatrically done, to represent sort of this like common man. Washington, D.C. is also presented with this pure Republican sense as well. Ellis describes the city as not much of a city at all. He says you can hear hunters in the distance, there's tree stumps in the roads, and visitors to the city might not even recognize it as a city altogether. Ellis actually says this is a more bucolic place than it is urban. And it is in the Chesapeake. So clearly by now, by 1800, sectionalism was already taking a recognizable form. And had the city of D.C. been located in, or I should say had the capital been located in New York City or Philadelphia, it may have had a different feel to it. So the birth of this new city presumably could adorn Republican values and embody the revolutionary spirit that Jefferson probably would have liked to promote. The last line here in section 3 basically says that Aaron Burr didn't have any honor or does not abide by the Code Duello. Instead, he just kills Hamilton. The honor code for dueling would say that a person need not shoot his opponent or even fire his weapon for that the two men could sort of show up and as a result restore their honor. Now, while I think this is true, I've heard other historians discuss the possibility that Aaron Burr did not intend to kill Hamilton, but instead meant to wound him in the leg or the lower body, and unfortunately for Hamilton, the minie ball had hit a rib and actually took a left turn into Hamilton's vitals. But clearly he's attacking the honor of Aaron Burr. Ellis further attacks Burr's honor in this story of the election process in 1800, and basically he says that everyone knew that the Electoral College was voting for Jefferson, but Burr didn't actively deny that, didn't say anything about that. As you may recall, there was no distinction on the ballot between the president and the vice president, and so as a result of that, there was a tie, and the election was sent to the House of Reps. There, the Federalists were able to block the election of Jefferson for 36 ballots over a period of 6 days, and apparently Burr just sat there and let this happen. Now, if that's true, then Ellis, in my opinion, has effectively demonstrated Burr's personality and character. So Adams, at the end of his administration, appoints a number of judges, including the man who happens to become arguably the most influential Supreme Court justice this country's ever had. There's no question that Justice John Marshall greatly strengthened the power of the central government and made the Supreme Court an equal branch of government. As the pageant refers to it, the Federalists have the dead clutch of the judiciary. The election of 1800 sets a very important precedent for the American political system. In that, power is transferred from one party to the other in a peaceful manner. So even if you oppose Jefferson, you have to support his victory as a victory for the system, that the structure under the Constitution as designed by the framers can work and can allow political leadership to swing back and forth. Okay, that's it for today. Thanks for watching.